LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another edition of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Jenna Skelski, and I'm coming to you from my home in Brighton, Michigan. I just can't wait for this show to get started as we follow the Blue Devils softball team 2019-2020 season. Let's get this show started right now.
We are holding our prospect camp, and we open it up from 7th grade all the way up to seniors going into their senior year. And we're holding it here at Troy Athens High School, and we got a gorgeous day for it. What it is people who have the dream of playing college softball. And for us, we have some people who are extremely interested in LTU that have come to the camp, or that they're looking to go on to college and play college softball. We go over, it's more of advanced drills than just basic drills that we try to do here today.
I really like the prospect camp because there's always a lot of energy with these younger girls, so we get to help them out and grow their skills more, and we get to have fun while we're doing it and teach them like a lot of cool things that Coach Baird showed us.
My favorite thing is they always have a lot of energy. They always have, they're always high-fiving each other, and they talk a lot, and that's probably my favorite part.
We try and bring what we teach the younger kids to our fields. Like if there's something that our teammates aren't understanding, like we try and teach them like we would to teach the younger kids.
So we've got 2 freshmen here today, Aaron and Rylan, and I just met Aaron today, and we're already clicking, and it really helps us to kind of learn each other's teaching styles. So it really helps us know how I learn, how Sarah learns. Like I learn different than Sarah, and it helps us to help each other.
I want the players here more than probably me. When they see the players doing the drills and being a part of it, it's for our players not only to give back to the game of softball, but also for our players to understand like the coaching aspect and how you do the drills and break down the drills. And our players do an awesome job with it.
My name is Jackie Mattingly, and I play for the softball team, and I'm majoring in biomedical engineering. My favorite restaurant is the sushi place by my house. It's called Raw. I go there with my mom and dad a lot and my friends at home, and it's just really good. My favorite athlete is Cody Bellinger. He plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm a big Dodgers fan, so I get really excited watching him. My celebrity crush is Justin Timberlake. I just saw him in concert, and he was awesome. I loved him my whole life.
Alongside head coach Karen Baird in studio today, I'm Jason Ross Jr. Coach, pleasure to have you with us in
Thank
studio.
you. Thank you.
Last season, 34 wins, 34-9-1, a program record 4 wins, second in the regular season of the conference.
Right.
What were your takeaways? Why was it such a good season last year?
Honestly, if you look at our team, we have a great balance in offense. We have speed, we have some good power, so the offense just kind of came through at the right times. Right now, if you look at our pitching, it's definitely top in the conference, and it has to be. We have 3 seniors and a sophomore, and last year, a lot of the senior and the freshmen last year, so they've been juniors and freshmen last year. They did the majority of our pitching, and they shut down teams, and when they needed to shut down teams. And we had a lot of 1-run games. The year before we lost some of those. This year we won those games. And last season it was a tremendous run. I think we went 17-1 to start out, and that in itself, I think in a way it shocked our team. Like we were like, whoa, wow. And then you get into WACs and you just want to keep that going, but the WAC conference is so tough and competitive that we took some losses and then we just had to fight through some stuff and adversity. It was awesome. It was a great season.
Kennedy, I'll start off by asking what you took away from your freshman year in terms of lessons from the upperclassmen and lessons from the season.
I was able to learn how to manage my time a lot better between softball and academics, and that academics are definitely my top priority, and my coach and my teammates, like every reason that you have to miss practice, like that's okay because academics always come first. And I also learned like the mental sides of the game and how important it is to be strong up in your head before you step on the field, and you know that like your teammates have your back and stuff at all times.
So the fall season we started out practicing hard. We practiced almost every day during the week in the fall. We had some games at SVSU, we played Kent State, Detroit Mercy, CMU. A lot of top D1 teams we played, and we competed well with all of them and beat a fair number of them.
I mean, we have a great team. I'm a senior and I'm gonna be sad to leave it all, but my focus is on this coming up season and winning nationals, getting there, seeing the full experience, and going out this last year with a win with my girls.
The Lawrence Tech women's softball team continue to work over their spring break in what would be an 8-game stretch at Fortune Road Athletic Complex in Kissimmee, Florida. This time facing the Wildcats of Indiana Wesleyan. Blue Devils 2-2 over their last 4. Second inning action here. LTU able to cross the dish twice in the inning. Haley Mazon went 1 for 3 and scored, and the freshman utility infielder Kaylee Tatum came across as well. Brittany Bolt tossed 7 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts for the Blue Devils as Lawrence Tech knocked off Indiana Wesleyan 2-0.
Lawrence Tech has always been on my radar, especially for engineering, just because I'm so into like STEM and everything. I want to become a mechanical engineer since I don't even know, middle school, and just for softball to line up with it too really helped, and that's why it was like my first choice from the beginning.
When I first met the team, they were all really energetic and really friendly, and it's like the first time I went to a camp that I felt like I could see myself being there.
I think that it's going to be a really fun season with all of them.
I love the engineering program, and when I went around campus, it was really nice, and it was seemed like the place for me.
I chose Lawrence Tech because the programs here are amazing, the campus is amazing, and I just felt like coming from a small school, I didn't want to go too big, and this was just perfect.
I was really nervous when I came here, but my favorite part was getting to meet everybody and all the girls. They all seem so sweet. I'm really excited to get to know everybody. I chose to go to LTU because they have a really good biomedical engineering program. I also really like softball, and I think Karen Baird is just one of the best coaches out there.
Some of the determining factors that I had for coming here and becoming a Blue Devil at Lawrence Tech was how small the community is here and how everyone knows each other, and how nice Coach is and how sweet she is. She kind of is like a mom, you know. She keeps track of you, she understands that you're here for school, and it just made me feel like I was at home.
The road trip continues for Lawrence Tech as the Blue Devils face the Cougars of St. Francis for some softball action. The Blue Devils are looking to get their season back on track, and they face a struggling Cougars team that only has 3 wins on the season so far. Let's jump to the bottom of the 4th, where the senior from Brampton, Ontario, Brittany Bolt, gets the first run of the game, and LTU would strike first, taking a 1-0 lead. Moving ahead to the top of the 7th, where things would get away from the Blue Devils, as the Cougars would score 2 runs to take the lead. Lawrence Tech could not overcome the run by the Cougars and would drop this game 2-1, your final score.
For all up-to-date LTU athletic news, be sure to follow all of our social media platforms at LTU Athletics. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue to recap the Blue Devils softball season. The LTU Sports Report will be right back.
Asiago butter. Honey, look at this. 40,000 flavor combinations, and I've had almost every one. Asiago, butter, cheese, Cajun. The flavored crust combinations are endless. It's the greatest thing that ever happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
To get more pizza? Yeah.
No, to call your mother. Wow.
Don't go. I need that equation.
Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry? Howie's!
Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. I'm Jenna Skelski. Let's jump right back into action and continue to knock it out of the park with the Blue Devils softball team.
So we just started practicing a couple weeks ago. When we practice here at All Fields hitting facility, we pretty much do mainly hitting, a lot of front toss, a lot of tee work. We do throw some throwing in here and there, and our pitchers get good workouts in as well. We start playing in about a month. We head down to Tennessee. Pretty exciting. We're definitely ready to go.
The practice is really good. We're really working on conditioning and hitting and just everything in general. Just really trying to get the team well-rounded so when we get going here in a month that we're hitting the ground running.
We want to make it to the WAC and win that, obviously. We're looking to go undefeated too.
Our end goal is to, win the WACs and, go on to postseason and hopefully get as far as we can there. We talk about climbing the mountain because we decided to read about Mount Kilimanjaro and having an end goal, but at the same time taking each day and each moment on its own.
I have really high expectations being here for 4 years, as a starting program. We expect us to go all out. We expect us to really perform and get this and get the championship for our conference because I think we're there and we just got to conquer. I've been playing for like 15 plus years, so I'm ready to kind of close this chapter in my life and start a new one, but also at the same time I'm really going to miss it and miss playing with my girls.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm on the softball team here at Lawrence Tech, and here is your tip of the week. Today I'm going to teach you how to throw a changeup. There are many different grips to throwing a changeup, but the changeup I throw is a knuckle change. So you're going to put your pointer finger and middle finger on the seams of the horseshoe of the ball, grip it really tight, and then when you release it, you're just going to open up your fingers and let it fly out. You're not going to flick your wrist and give it any more speed, so it just floats into the plate and drops. I'm Sydney, and that was your tip of the week.
Although competitive in all 3 of their games following the Wesleyan win, the Blue Devils trying to end a 3-game losing streak. A date with Missouri Baptist did the trick. Blue Devils down 1-0, and it seemed that's the way it might end. Rally caps in the 7th. That's exactly what happened. Both Kennedy Emmons and Haley Mazon had 2-hit ball games. The senior outfielder Jackie Mattingly, one of 4 different Blue Devils to cross the dish. Faith Barden got her 2nd win of the year going the distance, allowing just 1 earned run. Lawrence Tech knocks off these Spartans 4-1 the final.
Hi, I'm Meredith Adams. I'm a senior on the softball team here at Lawrence Tech studying biomedical engineering. And this past summer, I actually had the opportunity to do the RU program at Clemson University in their bioengineering department. There's a national foundation that funds all the RU programs at universities across the country, so I applied to, I think, 10 programs. I ended up getting into the one at Clemson, which is the one I took. It's normally a 10-week-ish program over the summer. I was tasked with building a 3D bioprinter, which pretty much prints materials for tissue engineering with cells embedded. So I was tasked with building their bioprinter, so that was my kind of day-to-day. I would just work on the programming, the electronics, the hardware for that device pretty much on a day-to-day basis. I'm actually in the process of applying to medical school right now. Medical schools really like student athletes just because they know how to balance that workload with another activity like softball, and they know that they can handle the stress that would come with a medical school studies. I really try to get all my schoolwork completed. So when we have in the spring, we'll have games on usually Wednesdays and the weekends. So I try to get all my schoolwork completed before we leave for the weekend. That way I'm not worried about schoolwork over the weekends when we're playing, or I'll try to complete some of my schoolwork on the bus as we travel to games, things like that. So I just try to really get my work done as soon as possible. That way I'm not stressed about it, so I can focus on softball during softball.
The Lawrence Tech softball team looks to win back-to-back games for the first time this season, as the girls in blue take on the Beavers of Bemidji State. Starting in the top of the first, and scoring would not be a problem for the Blue Devils, as they would open the game with a whopping 10 runs on the scoreboard. And that was led by underclassmen sophomores Kennedy Edmonds, Sarah Hige, and Haley Mazin. The Beavers were no match for the Blue Devils as Lawrence Tech would roll to 11-3 victory over Bemidji State.
Hi, I'm Alexa Turney. I'm a senior and I play for LTU softball. Coach Baird sent me an email, and it was a very specific email towards me asking if I would like the opportunity to go and play overseas. I got to do a 10-day tour of Italy with a whole bunch of girls from across the country, and we went and played against a whole bunch of other girls in Italy, and it was really fun. The vast difference between what softball is in America versus what softball is in Italy, because we were playing against girls that were 12 years old and women that were 45 years old. So it was huge, like, differences. It was fun. We did this very impromptu clinic, very unorganized. But yeah, I was able to coach some kids on how to bunt, and the language barrier is a barrier. It is very hard if you don't speak the language to try and just give simple instructions. You just don't know how to. So the food, I'm a big foodie, and the food was awesome. I literally had the best gnocchi ever in Venice, and the architecture. It's just complete opposite of what we have here in America, and it's so old. As a language barrier, it kind of reminded me how important it is to communicate amongst teammates, and definitely being more social, because these were girls that I've never met before that I'm playing with overseas, and I was all by myself, and I had to make new friends, and it was very sunny and very hot, very humid, but I got a really nice tan. It was amazing. If you have the opportunity to go over and experience a different country, do it.
In what we know now would be the final game of the 2020 season for the LTU softball team, Blue Devils facing the Fighting Bees of St. Ambrose. In their previous two games, LTU clearing the bases with regularity, 15 runs scored, and it wouldn't stop here. First inning, Kennedy Emmons puts the Blue Devils on the board, scoring the first run of the game. Jumping ahead to the fourth, 3 Blue Devils would hit home plate, and that continued into the fifth. Emmons rocked her 4th long ball of the short season. She also had 13 runs scored this season. In the 6th, the Mount Pleasant native Bailey Brown doing the honors of crossing home plate for the final time of the campaign. The Blue Devils end on a high note with a resounding 8-3 victory.
That's all the time we have for you on today's LTU Sports Report. The spring semester is underway, and I want to say good luck to all of my fellow Blue Devils trying to get that degree. Be sure to tune in Friday for the next episode of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Jenna Skalski. Be safe and enjoy your week, everybody.